Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So I finally managed to reach rank 10 in Season 2 of Go Battle League, and I did it with this team in Premier Cup, with the Gyarados lead and magnezone and Metagross in the back. And if you are familiar with my content, you know that I love to play the two of the same type in the back strategy, and this is no exception. So I run double steel type, and without further ado, let's get into the battles. My first opponent in this set is Toby, and he leads with Metagross against my Gyarados, so this is slightly favorable for me, and he safe switches into Snorlax. And now I can't really switch in my steel types immediately since I'm afraid of the earthquake, so I will ship this down and then catch the body slam. And then I'm in a great position, because now I can just fire off my wild charge just before he reaches the earthquake, and it will be enough to take him out with one extra spark. And then he sends in his Metagross again, which is absolutely amazing for me since I double resist the bullet punches, so even if I'm 4 times debuffed, they still don't deal that much damage. So he will have to throw a charge move here. And that's the thing with magnezone, that it's, as long as you don't get hit by an earthquake, it's a very hard counter to Metagross. So in this position it's already over, because Metagross beats absolutely everything with a 2 shield advantage, and especially Togekiss that my opponent had in the back. So we will just play this out, and here he resigns the game. And at this point I'm at 2990 ELO. And the next game is against Wankon Wanyu, and he leads with Metagross, so once again a slightly favorable lead for me. And he switches into Dragonite. And here I make a weird play, but I actually like to have both shield and energy advantage. So I'm going to let my Gyarados go down here to have a shield advantage, and then I will just be able to have an energy advantage by farming down the Dragonite with my Metagross. Because I also know that with a shield advantage, my magnezone can easily beat his Metagross later in the game. So now it's up to Metagross to beat whatever he has, and Metagross also have a shield advantage. So it's a Snorlax, so the licks are super effective and I don't want to take them. So I switch into magnezone and farm up 100 energy before firing off my wild charges. And here magnezone is just so far ahead in energy, so it will easily take out the Metagross if it goes unshielded. So I force his last shield, and then I switch out to clear my debuffs, and he must use his energy here, and I'm not going to shield since I will just be able to farm down this Metagross using one shield and then have a wild charge ready for the Dragonite in the back. So just like the last game, I just saved my 2 shields to decide later in the game where I want to use them. In game 3 I go up against Alphasaurus, and he leads with Togekiss, so I'm absolutely hard countered since I use Dragon Breath instead of Waterfall, and I need to get out of there. So I say switch into my Metagross, and he switches into Swampert, and just by landing this earthquake I will be able to regain switch advantage. So as long as that's not an earthquake that one-shots me, I will be able to shield the second charge move, which is another Hydro Cannon, and then just farm down all the way. So at the cost of 1 shield I regain switch advantage, which means that I will be able to have Gyarados against his Metagross and my magnezone against his Togekiss. So now I'm suddenly in a great spot, and I'm even able to equalize in shields thanks to the leftover energy from the farm down of Swampert. So now I'm in a very good spot, even though I got hard countered in the lead, and I will just go for back-to-back wild charges to KO this Togekiss, and my Gyarados still has enough health to take down his Metagross. So I go for second wild charge here, And since I'm double debuffed and I'm deep into the red, I don't expect to reach another, even though I probably could have. And then I just go for the crunch, which is the safer play. Next, after 4 minutes of searching for an opponent, I go up against Dalek Trainer, and he leads with Metagross, so another favorable lead for me. But he stays in, and Metagross wins the 1 shield, so I will have to use 1 shield in this matchup to come out on top. And he uses his second Meteor Mash just before my second crunch, and then he switches out into his own Gyarados. So this Gyarados is actually a waterfall Gyarados, so that's amazing for me, because then I can farm up to a crunch and have a crunch ready in the back that I can use at any point in the game. And then I switch into magnezone to just farm down with double super effective sparks. So then I also charge up to double wild charge before firing them off, and he switches into Metagross to catch the second one. So now I'm not certain that Gyarados has enough health to survive a Dragon Breath, so I'm not going to use the crunch on his Dragonite. I go into my Metagross instead, and hopefully I can reach 2 Meteor Mashes before he KOs me, and I'm just able to do that. So it was actually a very close game. And in the 5th and last game of the set, I go up against Hatred, and he leads with Dragonite against my Gyarados, and I'm totally fine with this. And I'm not going to shield anything. I will save my shields for my steel types. And if he shields this, he wins the lead, but then I can farm down with Metagross and have energy and shield advantage. But if he don't shield like he didn't do now, then I get the switch advantage. So I'm fine either way, and he's got a Togekiss and I got 2 Togekiss counters, so I'm in a great spot. And I try to charge up to 2 wild charges here, but I'm a little too slow, and he one-shots me with an Earthquake. And now I still have 2 shields with my Metagross against his Togekiss, or just 1 shield now, so this is already over. He's not going to get to 2 flamethrowers, so I will just charge up to 2 Meteor Mashes and go back to back, or at least try to go back to back, but he sneaks 1 charge move through in the middle there. So that's it for my 5-0 run, which ultimately gave me enough points to reach rank 10. So my initial thought on the Premier Cup is that it's actually very stale. I think I met 29 Metagrosses in 30 games today, which is actually absurd. So I will try to just spice it up a little in the future. And here I finally reach rank 10 in the 2nd season of Go Battle League, and I get the new poses, and here I will just go into the style and check out the new pose. She looks a little confused, but that's okay. It's a cool pose, I suppose. And thanks for watching.